Leaguers are in one. Leaguers are in one. Oh. Do you even know who the fuck I am? Do ya? Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the No Cap Podcast. And this just might be my favorite one yet. We have our co-host back with his new 10J. How's that? Newly used. Fresh frozen. You know what they say. And then we have the latest winger in the Pro Series. Coming in hot. Straight out of late models. Putting on something hasn't been seen before. Not in the Sprint Car Series. That is Evan C. Say?
See or say?
See or say? I see what you did there.
Okay.
All I'm saying is okay. So we got that. So we're at Kokomo. All in all, good show. Fast show. Quarter miles. Gotta love it. Bring up
Quick
the
program.
results. Wait, am I? You guys only see my racing. I fucked that up. Sorry. I shared the right screen. But yeah, quick program. They turned yellows off, which
I think it was just an accident they had him on in the first place, and then they played along. Hey, if you don't shape up, we'll turn them off.
We'll remember to do that. There was almost an incident in a B main. We'll get to that.
Oh yeah.
But all in all, an alright show, especially for Kokomo, which I claimed was the best track in the game. I still think I do. I don't think it's as good in sprint cars as it might have was. Maybe one build. But good week. Interesting week. We'll start with qualifying.
Congrats on the win, Evan, by the way.
Yep, thank you.
Yes. What were your expectations going into this week? After last week or 7th, 8th, something, I don't know. But like, did you know? You obviously did you know you just wanted to be committed to the bottom? Was that no change at all, depending because you're starting the back?
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically beginning of last week I was gonna try and run the bottom. I mean, it's so easy to hit the wall on the top here. I mean, Hayden almost messed up in the feature and almost junked it again. Even when he did in that league race. So, I mean, the bottom is not bad even when it's slick. You can still, if you're set up for it, you can still hit it and get a solid finish. And that's honestly what I was looking for, just a solid finish.
Yeah, I think the bottom here just reacts so good. In late models too, just because the track is shaped kind of like a big circle, and then it cuts the grass down in the middle.
I think it helps that the corners are so long that it's not so much straightaway speed and momentum that you have to carry.
Plus the straightaways are slick as balls. More than the damn corners.
But that, and it doesn't benefit you to like it does on the other tracks with longer straightaways where you jump down into moisture on the straightaway and then jump back up. Over here, if you're on the top, you're staying up against the fence, and then if you're on the bottom, you could use that extra moisture and not have to worry about the guys coming off the wall to keep any speed on the top.
True. You don't have to narrow your racetrack because someone's on your outside. It's a big part. That's a big part of why the bottom struggles at a lot of places in every car. So Hagen went quick time. I'll be able to look at his lap. I can't see anyone else's lap.
You can show mine.
But yeah, Adam went top. Hagen ran kind of top and then middle. You were 5th, 6th. What line did you run, Evan?
Bottom.
You ran bottom both ends?
Yeah.
5? Okay.
I missed it a little bit too. I don't think I had a 4, but I definitely had a little bit better than a high 5.
So I think this week, obviously, shortest track yet, but they didn't even give 5 minutes. Was it 3 minutes? 3 minutes of practice time? And you see it separated the field by fucking 4/10.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
honestly, like when I did my lap, I did not think it was like I was like, oh, that's maybe top 15. It did not feel that good. I mean,
I figured the top would be fast in 1 and 2. I didn't know about, I figured it'd be pretty hard to hit top 1 and 2 and then drop down to the bottom at 3 and 4 and get a good lap, but obviously it looks like you couldn't do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of slick right here.
Let's see his whole Q run, because you kind of.
Oh yeah.
Just his one motion.
Oh, that's the bad lap. That's the last lap of warm up.
Figure it out, producer.
All right. Cut down. Get the run.
Oh,
he cheated it a little bit. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a bad lap. I was like, oh, he didn't enter on it. And then I was like, that 3 and 4 was kind of weird.
Okay, you know what, David? You're gonna show my lap just so we can compare the differences.
No,
it's crazy how good his lap was.
He had the replay ready. Okay.
I do, so you can't say no. All right. Paint hasn't loaded yet, but this is coming green here.
You weren't totally on it. You weren't even up fucking high when 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 either.
3 and 4 was good, and then this second lap was my quicker one. And I kind of like aimed for the exit there.
What was your first lap time?
4.9 and then a 4.8.
Oh my gosh. It's the 2 most consistent laps I've seen for you since 2018.
In qualifying, yeah. Or just all together, I guess. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Beautiful.
All right, let's get into heat racing here. I had to, flex my lap. Okay.
I feel ya.
Best qualifying ever, and it's
for
sure. Last time.
For sure. Trying to think what happens in Heat 1 now. Does anything happen in Heat 1? Austin gets himself caught out. Felix trying to run bottom. Cloud came over the goddamn track. Make it nighttime.
I don't remember seeing that in game.
Cool. I don't think anything happens. I think I was watching Placerville or something. Sebastian, after a good run last week, was
good. He checks out, and you could watch other races.
Yeah, I was looking at my phone doing something. Then I heard you have tire damage. I was like, "Did you hit the wall, you fuck?" He's like, "Nah." I was like, okay. But I don't know. Top was still fast. Couple guys. Tilly was trying to make the bottom work. But
I was surprised Felix was able to hold on down there.
In Heat 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good in the Does he finish third? I know Davin makes it. I lost my train of thought. I thought I was gonna say something about Felix.
Still a good heat race,
Or
right,
Davin.
though, honestly. It's the fact that dude's holding third and on the bottom.
Yeah.
Probably
Spurline
not
not
running
gonna
it.
paint.
Not getting everything out of the bottom, probably either.
I think there Hagen moved up. Yeah, and then whoever was in Heat 2, we were like rip the exit of 4. Oh, is Heat 2 Alex's Heat? Or your Heat, Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, goodness.
And Evan.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he did lose it. Yeah, because I thought Felix was in the B. What else? So Burline got in? Beerline?
Gotta know when to get off the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, he was cruising there, and then... I mean, once he rang at 22, he kind of put himself in a position, because he moves up, then he's just open, so he was kind of fucking forced to. It's not even like he didn't even hit it that bad. The top just came in that fast, or he only had a nutty lap, like a 7 compared to his... Oh, he's hitting 7. And, track's plenty wide. Then there was this heat. Alright. Take us through, drivers. Where are each of our mindsets here? Evan, are we happy? We're starting second row. Do we plan on running the top in the heat? Are we going to the bottom?
We planned on running the top because I did not. After watching Felix, I didn't think the bottom was fast enough to win the heat. So we set up for the top and actually got a great lunch. Probably one of the best starts of my iRacing career.
I was gonna say Adam.
Not a great 1 and 2 though, huh?
No, netcode did not want us to win the heat.
I swear that like I saw you Joel. I'm like, did I touch him? And they're like, yeah, you kind of ran into him. It's like
I thought you did it first, and I went back and looked at it, and good old netcode.
Yeah, because there was like that slant from your rear bumper. I feel like I tucked right in behind, and then it just. What's weird is that it acted like I hit your left front more than anything. Because like I just, I was trying to tuck in front of the guy behind me.
The car shouldn't have done that at all. Like,
yeah, I mean, that was weird. Definitely weird.
He's coming up, and then you kind of snapped it, and then it was fucking weird.
Just hold on, pause it right here, because think about this, right? Say Evan wins this, I run second. How far up does Bergeron get? And then how far ahead does he win the main event by? Because he starts fucking second. And then where does Bergeron end up if even,
I don't think he makes.
Ruined the whole night for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it through.
Yeah.
To the feature. From a heat race at least.
No, maybe 5th.
I think Alex still wins the season.
No, shut up.
I was actually thinking that before. I said, well, what if Evan would have just started second or 6th or wherever? I was like, would he have been able to, the bottom was decent enough to keep. We'll watch when we get the feature. But the bottom was it was okay at the start. It was good enough to keep pace. But I wonder what that would have looked like up front and how different things might have been. I was actually thinking about that though. So we'll go on board with Adam just so people can see what was up. Seeing how you're trying to fill in line.
Like right there, it looks like I'm not even close to you.
Yeah. Only thing I would say, like I was thinking, if that was me, I would either moved all the way up more. You don't really want to fill in behind the guy because then you're open.
Well,
I would have just ran a lane down throughout the whole thing, but.
With this new build here, for whatever reason, it's really good to cheat it going into G1 and then hit the top out of 2. So if I stay down, then Ryan Gray gets on my outside, and then he drives around me in 3 and 4. So I kind of just had to tuck in.
I would have maybe just gone to the crumbs and tried to file on, which probably would have ended up getting tubbed or something.
What happened to JD? Did JD make the feature or no?
Yeah. Okay, now here. Now, is the other thing I was thinking.
I'm cutting down to run,
right?
Upper mid.
Because that's the fast line. And you're like, all right.
If I didn't get any indication that somebody was going to fill a gap and also try and run upper mid.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? And everyone's like, that's where I get in trouble. It's because I was like, I would have done the same thing, especially because you have no momentum on a 2. I'm trying to cut down, get to the fast line, get back in line, get my momentum going. And then I'm always like, okay, well, they know I always assume, like, even if I knew Ryland was here, I'm like, they gotta know I'm not running the top, right? Like, I have no momentum going into 3 and 4, and it's all slick. So I'm assuming they're gonna think I'm already gonna run that line. And that's why I was like, yeah, I for sure have done that. Where I'll cut down into the person, and I'm always just like, what do these people... I'm not giving Ryland a ton of shit here.
See, I don't know. I don't think that at all. Like, yeah. If I'm, for me, if I'm in Evan's shoes, I'd probably just try and rip the top of 3 and 4 to just build up the momentum as much as possible.
You're getting 4 cars get put to your inside then.
Yeah, but you have the top, so now you have the speed coming out of 4, going around them into 1.
See, to me, I don't have a car below me until bam, he shows up.
Right.
Because it just.
That's kind of a different deal. I'm just thinking. I think that for me, I would think, I know that there's a hornet's nest behind me because let's say I'm you.
Yeah,
I
I
get
don't
there,
want to. I don't want to run the top and open myself up to the Hornets.
No, you can't. So if I'm Evan, right, I'm thinking, okay, I have no speed coming out of 2. There's a Hornet's nest behind me. I can't turn down and drive down the track when I know there's a whole pack of cars behind me because I don't know where they're at. So I just, deal with the cards that I have and just try and rip 3 and 4 and, maybe throw a slider if I have to going into 1 when I have more information of where everybody's at. But, different strokes for different folks.
I'm thinking everybody behind me is coming 10 miles per hour faster. And not that
So
I don't
you
want
cut down the track
Yeah,
then?
I guess it sounds stupid, but it's like, well, I'm not gonna run the slow lane.
It's not.
I didn't think he was that close to me. Seeing how you just passed me on entry.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't really see you in your wing too. He doesn't know how far to the right you are.
At this point, I think he's gonna enter straight mid, not come up to upper mid.
Exactly. I'm trying to think if I decide at this point if I would go or run mid, and I think I would. I'm gonna try to run this.
That's just where you guys are willing to take that risk.
If I run top and he runs upper mid, we're still gonna meet on the exit of the turn.
Yeah, true.
That's where you guys are willing to. You guys are more willing to take that risk. Is probably why you're faster. You're both faster than me. But that's where I would
You can't get bullied out here.
I just would stay to my line on the top, and like I said, I would wait till I have more information.
Oh, what a reaction by Reagan shoot. Watch see how this turns from him. Oh yeah, because he ends up in the middle of the 3 wide then. That's pretty good. Expecting that the Aussie netcode gets a hell of a fucking run.
See, that's what Evan could have done too. He could have entered, it could have entered on the fence, and then when you start to turn down, you have a lot more view of the track where everybody, it's a lot later in the corner. People are already kind of more set in their line.
Someone's on your ass and they're gonna spin you out.
But I also had Braden.
You're so much slower. Yeah, exactly. You're getting spun. You're getting spun because he's got no rung into the corner.
You're right.
So.
Then at this point, I just
come
off. We just really think we just all kind of met. I mean,
it's 3 wide.
Coming off the hill out of 4, just barely come down a little bit. Braden's there and Ernie's there, and
I thought Ernie came up on you guys a little more, but after here, I'm like, no, Ernie's pretty much in line where he can be. Yeah, it's just the momentum and the cushion swings you off. And it's just a 3 wide racing deal. And now what the fuck happened back here with goddamn Alex?
Really, my night could have ended a whole lot worse here. I could have completely flipped over and had like a terrible starting spot in the Consi.
Tilly too? Well, yeah, 2. They're gonna feature 2 Euros. We'll get there.
I swear. It's so weird how Birdman could just
That's just skill. That's just skill. Nobody touches. Me, Jew, and Alex, we finish all the races for a reason. And it's just, once shit like that happens and you get through it, because some people might remember in the USAC race here at Kokomo, I spun out in my heat race. And then I didn't even lose a position. Maybe I did, but I was caught right back up to everyone because the track was just like this. Whereas like if you ran it that much harder, you could be just that much faster. Where in Heat 1 it wouldn't have worked, in Heat 3 it wouldn't have worked. But once that happens, you're just like, I don't know how much longer. I mean, he didn't lose that much ground at all. But
I'm not talking about him coming to the win. I'm just talking about him being able to literally miss 95% of the wrecks that happen in front of him. Like even in the feature. Well, or no, it might have been in this heat race.
Holy shit! So you laying back
Somebody literally flips out of 4, and he just drives through them like he's invisible.
Yeah, he actually made contact, I think, too.
Yeah, I think he hit Tilly.
But he kind of just glitched through us. So.
Right, you see his wing bend, and then it goes back to normal.
I got really lucky. I didn't end up on my lid, and I was able to keep going.
Yeah, you actually landed back on all four. I think you would get transferred in the B main anyways.
Yeah.
Nah, the bottom was fast in the B main too. So we are now full straightaway ahead of Alex. JD running bottom.
A full straightaway on a freaking 10-second track, so I'm like 4/10 ahead of him.
Yeah, he was already. You make 11-2. We hit 11-1, 11-2s. He comes with an 8-6. Another 8.
I'm kind of cruising here. Cause
yeah.
James says big.
He said, he said just cruise.
So
like he said.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna maintain and do what I can do. I'm not gonna be defense.
He said you just got slower and slower every corner, conserving it, not driving it hard.
Yeah, I definitely stopped. I started driving it easy because but I know if those guys that are behind me.
Now we got 7.
I know those guys that are behind me right there. Like if they slide me, I'm confident that I could outrace them. They might have faster pace, but I feel like I can, do the turn downs and stuff like that.
Alright, I was like, damn, Alex has pace to catch him, like after lap 3. And then I didn't really think so, and then I think that helped.
He just drives through him.
Especially this build, I feel like you hit cars more, but he was upside down. I mean, maybe that could have collapsed on his nose, but if Ryland doesn't crash there, I think he has to race with him. Like obviously, you win the heat race still. Let's see what happens.
I don't know what I did there. I think I looked at him flipping and I came off the wall.
Yeah, he just got in there. Not too low, just didn't slow down enough. I don't know.
And then I hear, so I don't even know that Bergeron's in second at this point. I just hear, oh, guy behind you flipped. So I'm just like, oh, now it's extra cruise control.
Oh, so now we just don't get close to the wall at all. We say, cool. We don't see a 12 car running a 10-9 to our 11-3.
Shut the fuck up. I'd still rather run second and finish than hit the wall at Kokomo and have to run a consi. Like,
I guess. I just don't know where.
I'm sorry that I turned literally 30 laps a week on this.
I think we were in way too safe mode. Our head wasn't even in race mode, dude.
That's fine. I really don't care, dude. I really don't care that much about this.
At this point, I was just like, no. But you battled him good. I thought you turned down too early here. You want to wait till exit. Don't turn in the middle of the corner. The banking's just weird. But you still got a good run. And you got really good runs in 3 and 4. Like, I thought you were done after 1 lap, but you make it last. I was just like, Well, starts last.
Everything that I was told until he caught me, I didn't know it was Bergeron until he was sliding me, and everything I was told was just keep cruising. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take it easy.
So it's Rusty's fault because he wasn't here. And you beat him to the line. You beat him to the line both these laps. So I was like, we got a chance.
I just messed up on this one.
But then what we do in 3 and 4? Cut down too early again.
No, I entered too high in 1. So when I turned down, it was in the slick rather than, and then there I wasn't gonna try and wreck him.
Well, you want to be higher if you're turning down.
No, watch my entry of 1. I'm like right next to the fence, so when I turn down, I'm driving through the slick. Like if you back up a little bit, I need to be instead of being on the wall right there, I need to be on the wall
up here,
like 4 fence posts up. Yeah.
I agree with that. It
just didn't happen.
What was our plan in here going in 3 and 4?
I thought I was going to get a better run, and then I also anticipated him to think that I was going to take it up to the wall, so I was planning to kind of park it on his nose when he turned down, but he just put his foot to the floor and drove around it.
Sat on fucking Carl Larson.
Yeah.
Entered so hard. He wasn't even, I mean, he was thinking about cut down. Like, he theoretically still could get cut down.
But I think he knows that, I'm not going to.
Yeah. I think I think he kind of knew he had it in the bag, and I was just like,
Unless it's, I usually don't wreck people with my sliders unless it's a practice race at Volusia.
Unless it's anywhere with Volusia.
In 3 and 4.
Yep. And anywhere with Volusia. Yeah, Evan knows.
He's one of them. It's him, Shell, and then Lamey.
Dude, that's what was so. I wish I had the heat races
Can't
last
throw
week.
sliders in 3 and 4. All right,
No,
dude.
I
Evolution.
it was so funny because I saw the thought go through your head in your heat race and was like, oh, he's gonna throw a slider at a guy, and then you kind of just held it middle, and then I think you threw it in 1 and 2, and you had another chance. It was so funny.
I'm sorry, David. I just don't care about this game enough to perfect every single lap that I run.
Sorry, I'm just trying to help you on your racecrafts.
Racecraft is fine. It's just my speed. It's
decision making. Ah,
no, racecraft is decision making. I mean, look at I could have kept racing Berger. I mean, I messed up.
We could have raced from laps 5 to 8 better.
Yeah, but again, everything I was told was just cruise. You're fine, and then Alex turned it up to 12, and I was just cruising at a 6 or a 7.
A message out from Adam just goes, got beat by a 3-time. Got beat by a 3-time. What can I say? It's like, yeah.
You tell me to relax, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then there's not really much turning it back up.
True.
Much rather start. I didn't need to be starting second in that feature anyways, so I was kind of happy. I was content with running second there.
Dude, it was so funny. I was like, all these guys ahead of him. I was like, all these guys are going to be ripping the top. I was like, Cardozo is going to rip the top. David Allen's probably going to be ripping the top. Break and shoot, Ernie, Riley. I'm like, they're all going to rip the top. He's going to have trouble getting by these guys. He fucking wins the heat. It was just like, yep. Okay.
Ah, David, why don't you have him be your fucking co-host? Jesus.
It's okay. That's just so we know now he's winning the championship. So we know that happened. He has one difficulty for the year, and it's over.
Yeah, okay. That's not difficult. That's just his luck.
Wait until the power rankings come out. I forgot to do them. Anywho, Heat 3. The hard heat. Holy fuck. The hard heat. So we were still amped though after I got P2. We were starting P6, Obi. Alright.
Shut up.
We got Timothy Smith back here. Bragan Eiler, who I don't even remember seeing in the heat race. Logan Majulis, last week's winner. Cam and Shell. On a racy track. Beautiful. Oh. See, Cam kind of ran what I would have done in different circumstance, different heat, different track. But that's what I would have done. Obviously, Logan wasn't, or Riley, I think, was up here. But to fall in line, I would try to do that.
What you mean for me?
Yeah, just lap 1. Remember, you were trying to fall in line with the little slider. I was just saying, if that was me, my decision making was I would have just did what Cam did right there. I would just try to be safer. Because I'm kind of thinking, I'm like, okay, well, if that guy drives around me anyways, I'm like, I can get him back in the heat as long as I just don't die. I don't know. Cam flips a move on Shell. I think it's in 3 and 4. A little loosey-goosey. See, he could have put a move on him, I think, 2 of these times, but I think in a heat race like this, especially in a B main, I think it's hard to do when you're in the situation, but I think we see in the B main between Eiler and Smith, it's like, you just gotta follow the guy, even if he sucks. But then if he crashes, you're pissed, but you're like, fucking, you just want to get away from the field. Oh, I love that. Beautiful. I can never clear a slider like that in 3 and 4. I guess there's a lot of grip there. You can even have a very huge run. See that little cut down. Straightaways are slick. Eiler's coming. Got 3s, 2. Shell comes back. See, this is where I like to turn down in the 1 and 2 sliders. Same thing. That slider 3 and 4. I don't know if it's the new cars or what, but Now here's what you hate is when a third car's coming up on you like this. You're like, ah, fuck. Kind of gotta give it to him. Shell at the fall in line there. Just kind of gotta take your medicine. Because if Shell goes in and throws a slagger here, then you might as well just bring the next car and line up. Because either Logan will have a run or Blake will have a run, and then it's just a shit show. It's like what happened for the lead.
Looking at these lap times, if one of these guys would have set up for the bottom, they could have did pretty good, if not won this heat.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's see all this. Wow. Short slider. Short slider going wrong. Yeah, some netcode. That was never going to work. Yeah, that slider was never going to work. He gets hooked. Gets him off him. Straightens him out. Almost. Oh, and then we die here. Yeah. See, and that's the other thing. Well, we see in the B main, but I think it was David Allen sits on the fucking track, and I was like, was he trying to get a yellow? I don't know. We'll see. Ross throws a bomb of a slider, 360, all clear, gets her going. I like it. That's our move of the week. Shit. Oh, something happened with Eiler where he actually lost. Oh, did he try the bottom? Yeah, these guys are all stacked up. I didn't commit to it. Oh, yeah, he tried to kind of clear up. Ain't happening, son. And then Tim rips around him. Oh, yeah, and then Majulis tries to get something going on Logan. Last lap, you're all clear from the back, so nothing to lose. Kind of gets it to work to his door, has no run into 3 and 4. So now, if you look bang at his door, he could have short slid him, left a little more options. Because now his really one chance is he's got to cut as much corner as he can. So at this point, he's already pointed here. Tyler running bottom just because it's last. Jesus, fighting the car.
I don't think he expected Shell to cut all the way back down to run in the middle, and that's where he was planning on going.
No, not at all. That's funny how he
could
caught
have
it.
been a lot worse than what it was.
Yeah, Shell's lucky he didn't go to the, or he didn't get turned into the grandstands, and Shell didn't get fucking wrecked out of the fence. Benefits Logan though.
Sorry, dude, I didn't even try that. I was just trying to run middle. I'm sorry if that was my fault. I thought you were both right.
Like everybody's being nice and upon. I thought you were both right. Hell yeah. Then we have Carlin Cure. Smacking a good lap time. And Kligerman Esports bound. Qualifies real good. Starts first. Just trying to look at this.
This heat could have been a lot more interesting than how it started off in turn 1 of Dylan getting wrecked.
Oh yeah,
because he's actually set up for the bottom. The bottom is kind of starting to come back, looking at lap times and what I was running in the B main lap time was.
Yeah. And
we just never got to see that, how fast it would have been in this heat.
Well, okay, let's just, all right, let's go. We don't get a great start, don't get a good turn down. So we have third place clear of us at the line.
Yeah. I know he did not want to run top here, setting up for the bottom. And then it was just, I honestly don't know where Tyler was planning on going.
He was just planning to run the lane down.
He popped a wheelie and then...
He was just planning to run this. And then, yeah.
The wheelie kind of sent him up to where he was going to have to enter upper mid, and
Dylan is loose as shit though.
Yes.
That's what Logan was saying. He's like, Dylan was literally trying to run the bottom there. He's like, he was gonna cut all the way down to the bottom. I was just like, well, you can't do that on lap 1, especially when you get a shit restart.
Oh, but you could do it going into 3 on lap 1.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Different. I was just gonna say that. I was like, it was the same situation. But I went
Yeah, but
the
David,
top.
not you, Evan.
The top of 1 and 2 is fast though, so
He could have
I'd be
stayed
fine.
a little bit better start by doing and staying lower on the straightaway would have definitely helped him out.
I'm arguing with that. Is the top of 1 and 2 is fast though, so if I was 10 miles per hour slower, I'd be confident with being where I'm at on corner exit.
Rewind it a little bit. So you're gonna say the top 1 and 2 is fast when he's entering in the slick?
Not right. No, if he would just ran it.
See, he should have entered lower so he wouldn't be arcing.
Yeah, he wouldn't need as big as much arc.
If he would have been lower down straight away, he could have straight lined that turn a whole lot more and hit middle instead of having to cut down at the last second.
Yeah. All right, tangles them all up. Here I'm like, Tyler, all right, get her turned around. Let's get her straight. Let's catch up. Let's see what happens here. No yellows. Well, damn it all. We fucking monster truck the goddamn tire. You're like, whoa.
We're only halfway there.
I'm like, all right. Leaguer's in turn 1. Slam the gas and go over the other side. And I forgot to bring the clip up. Did the same exact fucking thing at Charlotte last year in the sprint car. Went through the grass, hopped over the fucking infield tire, went flipping. You can't make this stuff up.
Was he the one too in the midget race that jumped back on the track?
Yes. It was the same reaction, dude. Oh my god.
He went off the 3 and 4, jumped back on the track. And
We have to get Tyler to requalify. We can't let him leave Pro Series because he has too many good moments.
Not top 10.
And all that contact ended up breaking Dylan's rear end.
Okay, because I think he hits a tire. He was all back at Tyler. Tyler was like,
so he can't
he's
get from the
he's
bottom
fucking
without his
hobbling.
car bouncing right now.
Holy shit!
So I actually think he would have been able to get back up top 4 maybe if that damage wouldn't have happened.
Good other than the bounce.
Yeah.
I'm always bouncing and 1 and 2 like that. On the fucking bottom. Then I got 2. Yeah, James got the league into 9. We didn't even watch the battle for the league. I don't know what happened in this heat. Never watched it. I was laughing at Tyler. I think he threw a bomb turn 1, and they just kind of raced it out. But Carlin had really good pace again. Like, James was cheating it, but still good. 2's 1.
I think Dylan ended up flipping again and going into the pits.
Well, then where does he actually... Okay, so he still gets to finish 6th because, or no, 7th. Okay. Damn, so he started in the back of the B-main. I don't remember that part.
I think he started behind me. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought he was just like a row behind you or something.
Yeah.
Really good yet line here. But...
Which ended up being a good spot for him.
Yeah. Holy shit, there's an O. Everyone just ran a big cut down. Bend it. Ah. That's probably his best lap for Davies. No, you can never go doing that. So we get the B's, carrying track over. Track's good. Track's racy. Track's Kokomo. You know, I like Kokomo. You just gotta keep her wound up and.
How would the track have been if they just left it and not reset it? Too dead? I guess that would be a main
yeah, because
I feel like when it gets too slick, it gets really hard to pass.
Watching the beam, I was gonna say it just kind of.
You can't cut down when the middle is slick, and
that's what I was just thinking. It's all about how good 3 and 4 is gonna be. That lane down, kind of, you know.
Short tracks seem to race them better when you got some tackiness to them.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! This is probably where I cut off. I think I cut the replay off right there. Okay, back to the results.
Now, big tracks, on the other hand, I wasn't happy last week with the reset.
Yeah.
No, I think it would have been
First half of
okay.
that race was
Yeah, they just needed
poised.
2 more minutes, you know. Which I think can be said for all the big tracks. I feel like like half miles, if you just kind of were like, okay, 5-minute practice, and then 5-minute warm up, and then small tracks, you were just 3-minute practice, 3-minute warm ups. I think it'd be it's not perfect, but it's a simple solution. Sorry, gotta reload the generator, boys. While that happens, let's talk about this because, again, Evan's from late models. Evan is won everything. How you feeling for the Gobbler? Shit. The prelude last night.
Had good speed last night, or set up one to race, so I feel pretty good. You know, obviously, his Hauser didn't run last night. No, he's fast, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
He's gonna be going for, I think, his 3rd. Track choice was Volusia. I was hoping they'd do, and I told them last year, I said, I want Kokomo. Give me Gobbler at the Kokomo. Street Sox can put on a fucking show there. I think if they reset it for 100 laps, I don't know about this build. I don't know with this tire model. I don't think I've ran Street Sox on this tire model. Is it much different at all? Because Volusia looked like it raced the same.
The last update, when they fixed the sprints this last time, and they also changed how the track slicked off because you'd get out of the bumps at Charlotte and Knoxville. Remember they changed that, and they smoothed the tracks out in the last update. Well, that also changed basically how every single track slicked off. So, you know, it's hard to tell because,
God damn it.
like Knoxville now, at least in every other car besides sprints, goes straight slider line.
Yeah.
And the top slicks off extremely fast compared to, you know, just a couple months ago. It wasn't like that.
Did I just fuck this up? Did I not save the B-main somehow?
And even Kokomo now in late models, at least, it went from a pretty great track to now is you can't even use the bottom now. Yeah, it's like I don't know what all they did. I know they tried to smooth out the bumps and definitely smooth them out at Charlotte. But like at Knoxville, they took them off the straightaway and put them in the turn. So, I mean, I don't know. And like Fairbury, it killed the bottom at Fairbury in late models. Like it's weird how trying to fix bumps on the tracks ends up changing lanes like that.
No, and it's always some little thing that breaks something else that they do. It's Adam, can you load your replay and see if you have B mains? I'm not sure if I have them.
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't really ran much late models, but yeah, I remember I couldn't run the bottom as good.
Now at Knoxville and sprints, doing a couple races, and they're like it slicks off extremely fast in 1 and 2, and it, you know, you don't get but maybe 2 or 4 laps up there in a race before you gotta get back off of it.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's what I think Bristol's gonna be like this week.
Yeah, Bristol's gonna be interesting. Eldor's one of the few tracks and that update didn't seem to affect. It's kind of still the same. You know, top's pretty fast. I haven't ran Bristol in
I don't have
good while though, so.
No, who would want to?
It's actually fun when you're by yourself running wide open, but.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to tell them what to do with the track because it's just so blah. It just seems like the slick gets up halfway and you kind of run around it a little bit, and then you can start cheating it, and then maybe the bottom will come in for the apron. But I don't know on this build. I don't even know on the last build. Or they just Bristol's just awful, and it's not like, and they have the 5-lap caution thing. It's just awful. Hopefully they'll at least do the command. go
We'll
one to
definitely
go.
Be able to see in a couple league races this week how it's going to race.
Yeah, true.
You ready?
Oh yeah, you can go ahead.
We're just going to go into it with no testing and see what happens.
Welcome to every sprint car driver's life.
Hey, you do it and you don't run on the fence and you get yelled at.
Yeah, so this one, I feel, and Felix had a really good pace on top once he got up there, but kind of knew breaking into him, we're just gonna have to run away from everyone, and then they started racing, and I was just like, shit.
Nope.
Oh, Tilly broke his shit, because I think he might have went to the bottom too. Mason kills someone, I think. So I know he got a 3x. He's kind of been honestly disappointed. I thought he could be a guy who could just kind of solidify himself and he'd maybe even get top 15. But
this Pro Series does stuff to you, dude.
Yeah,
dude's
he's so inconsistent. Like, he was very competitive in a lot of league races sort of recently.
That's part of the reason why I couldn't run on the wall in the heat race where, nerves and stuff too. It's just couldn't get up there.
I'm surprised once again nobody tried to set up for the bottom in the C main.
Oh shit. Oh my, just taking bodies with him. Just taking bodies.
Oh, Ross got it in the wall. So, Evan, when you say you set up for the bottom, is there like, obviously you're, not going to tell us what you do, but is it like more just about being comfortable down there and having the car do what you want, or is it literally like, is there something to your setup that you found that just gives you extra speed down there?
It's just about trying to keep the car from, popping a wheelie like
that.
Yep. And just making sure you can hit it consistent because
what lap times are you hitting compared to?
Clayton's having a tough time trying to keep the nose down and on exit.
3s, 2s, 3s.
That's my biggest problem running the bottom.
For me, looking at this, I know Clayton Tilley obviously doesn't have set up completely dialed in for the bottom, but he's turning closer to the same times as everybody else. So for me, it's a no-brainer in the B main. I can set up for the bottom and be really fast. And I was surprised none of these guys in the qualifier series tried to run the bottom at Fairbury or Kokomo. It was majority of the time it was just me and Dylan running the bottom, and it paid off in the qualifier series.
my brother did in his split. He flipped over. He fucking grip rolled.
And I don't know, maybe some people were scared about hitting tires, but to me it's no different than being up against a wall. Something like that happening.
Who's that even? Who's the front car? Who's the red and white?
Oh. We'll get there.
Not quite clear. That was a risky move to come up.
I like them. Oh, it's Davies from 4th. Hell yeah. He could have left a lane, but it's also top 2. It's also top 2.
Leaving a lane and then last second.
He's clear though. Right there. David Allen's got a lift. Right. Boom.
No, I agree. This is the same thing that happened with me and Garner Harris, I think,
audio, so
in Apex.
I can't hear if the guy lifts, but.
See, David's kind of already committed to the top, and then it's like last second.
See, David should
Davies starts to move up, and
but about right here.
I told
say, okay, this guy's moving up. You turn down, and that's pretty tight right there. That's a tight gap.
It gets tight real fast. Yeah. So to me, if you're just trying to get up sooner, if you're gonna pull a move like that, instead of keeping someone guessing, because if you keep somebody guessing, it's gonna hurt you also, not just them.
That's what I do. That's what I do with my sliders in 3 For whatever reason, I just never fully commit to it. So.
And Davies could have, easily stayed upper mid down straightaway and had, second going in the 3.
I told everybody with the new car and how tight everybody is. I said, don't try to drive around anybody out of 2 because they're gonna hit the gas and they're gonna get tight and you're gonna get pancaked. That's literally.
Oh, you should see what happened with me and Merriman in the feature.
Yeah, you guys almost killed each other after that yellow.
Yeah.
Go get David Allen. What the fuck was he doing this whole time? Because I think he just starts pulling off the track then.
Oh my god.
We went up big.
Oh. That happened. He's like, alright, oh, we're good.
Oh, we're in the fence.
The fence.
Oh, so maybe he never even... Okay, so he was flipping down the track this whole time. And then people were already...
Yeah, he
should have still been escaping. He gets going again, but... He did flip for a whole lap. Yeah. Damn near.
Okay. And you can't escape when your car's moving like that.
Yeah.
Stop, so...
I get why...
Nobody leaders weren't running middle.
Yeah, that's what I said last week. I was like, I don't like yellows on, but all it takes is one guy to be on track to fuck up the whole race. And that was almost it.
And you can't auto 4 because that's not allowed.
Yeah, that's not allowed. I don't know why on that one. It's
Your car's only allowed to disappear by hitting the button made for it. You can't make the car disappear by hitting 2 other buttons.
Or go over the fence and out of the ballpark.
Right.
We need the track crew to remove you safely. Okay.
You have to wait till the ambulance comes up and clears you.
It's a possibility at Cedar Lake when you hit the catch fence in 3 and 4. Used to be, at least. You glitch out sometimes.
I think Shell left the park and didn't bring out a yellow. It was in 1 and 2 though. I think in the pro race last year. He was catching Alex. I think he left the park. It's always weird. Grove 1 and 2. That'll get you. Just cruising the bottom. What times? 11.4s? Okay, so this track is for sure slicker than the end of the feature.
3s there. 3.6 was a good one for them. 3.2. Running 2's just dust.
So the track doesn't get reset. I don't think the bottom had been as fast in the feature.
No.
But
no, definitely not.
Probably could have
definitely not as much faster.
Even less fuel.
With that setup, if the track is at this point, if the track's at this point, do you run that setup or no?
Starting in the back, yes. There's no way I'm passing everybody running the top in the train from that far back.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Do you want?
Starting up front.
What
probably would have been.
Do you want to go back to your stream or?
Fuck it, you got this. My hands are free. I like this.
All right. Where are we starting here? Where are we starting?
Just don't tell me to put my pants back on.
We'll start with.
So, it's an interesting lap 1 for me and Dylan and Shell.
Oh yeah. Well,
it almost ended.
Squirrely bird. Oh, I went back after the feature and I said, "What the fuck?" I should do his cockpit. So Shell just goes in there and loops her on a slick spot.
Oh my God.
We're saved! We're saved!
For once, the catch vent saved us.
Wow, dude. If
you
were,
and Dylan.
I feel like if you were on all 4s, you probably pooped the rear end out there too. But you hit it like at an angle where it didn't knock it out. Like you hit it on.
I seen him and I was trying to cut down, and smacked him on the right rear. For once, I actually didn't flip over and didn't get no damage from it.
David, you want to see me nut up? This is what happens, okay? I say, you know what? I'm taking this, Merriman.
He's like, I'm taking this. I like it.
And then here, look at
Oh yeah, I gave you a squeeze. Dude, Cam's good at defending. Look at that.
Here I get turned down, and then dude, he could have died there if he.
Could have.
I mean, he came over the wall, but can you imagine if he didn't?
Surprised he wanted to enter that close to you.
Yeah.
One.
I
It
That
was
is like
it was just as scary in the cockpit.
that is netcode waiting to happen.
I highlighted a defense last week he did on Logan, and this was same thing. That's just textbook, boy.
What do you mean? Yell doesn't come out there. I short slide him and I'm gone.
Yeah. Could be, but...
Textbook. Get that shit.
Nah, I like how he fucking...
So what was the incident for here? Just the shell one?
Those guys, go watch Jaeger's thing.
Watch Jaeger?
Yeah, this ruined his race because he had a possibility of finishing first or second.
He keep it cranked left? No, he turned right.
I think it kind of had some netcode for me, and it shot his nose down the track.
I bet you he stayed on the gas too, and it probably just kept it going.
But yeah, you crank a sprint
How
car
did he flip back over?
He did.
hard to let. Yeah, he had to go in the
He
pits.
just towed.
Hell yeah. Now we're strung out single file, starting out of turn 2. And you're just like,
whole
fuck.
track behind.
You're like, God damn it, I set up for the bottom, and the first car in front of me is...
The only other motherfucker.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, okay, never mind. Open.
He knew JD was broken.
You know, it still surprised me in this feature that I know Selman was somebody that dogged him out setting up for the bottom. He told me after the race, but didn't. But man, I was surprised that nobody wanted to try it.
No, I was
everybody
JD,
knows that,
JD would have been the only other person running the bottom by choice.
like everybody knows you're gonna be strung up around the top, and it's gonna be hard to pass. And
oh, don't look at me. Yeah, I mean, top is definitely faster at this point, but when you're back here in traffic, I mean.
But yeah, not by a lot.
Yeah.
How mad was Blake?
It catches up like right here.
How mad was Blake that he didn't run the bottom?
Yeah, he was kicking himself. I think last minute decision, he chose to go up the top, and you know he still made it up to 9th, which was pretty good because he started right in front of me. So he definitely was able to come up through the field some, but I mean he would have, heck, he would have probably won if he would have set up for the bottom.
Oh.
So I know that towards the end of this race, the bottom started going away a little bit. Do you agree with that, Evan?
Yeah, I mean it definitely started getting slick down straightaways, and then 3 and 4 slowed down a good bit on the bottom.
Sam, what were the leaguer's last lap to his right now? I think it was just Shell pulling off the track or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he get her? I'll see if he got an incident.
He just says, "What, I'm done."
Yeah, I don't know what the odds were.
Huh? Maybe because he went on the grass.
You can't come through the cones. Unsafe pit entrance, 3x.
So yeah, basically at this point, the top's already to the bottom speed.
I was gonna say, if Blake went to running that setup and you had 3 of you down there, the bottom might not have got you there as quick if it would have start wearing out sooner, So it probably helped you that there wasn't a third car down there, because you probably would have wore it out a lot quicker,
Sorry about that,
I mean, you and Jaeger just had all the juice to yourself.
Oh, I would have been screaming at Jaeger to get off the bottom. Motherfuckers a lap down crashing cars. I would have been go fucking slick up the top or something. Get off the fucking track. Yeah, I think this was like, it wasn't as a surprise winner type shit. It wasn't as big as Drew Hopkins, but in terms of like, you remember the first pro race Evolution that he won?
Yeah.
Like how the track just, he was just up there, did just enough the first half of the race, and then the track came in perfectly for like how he drove the bottom or how he drove his setup. And
is there a race going on at the front?
Not this restart. I think it's a lap 20 or something.
Everybody started running turn down. I was like, I can't do that.
You were feeling good up top?
Yeah. It's just the nerves of like heat races.
What was this yellow for?
Let's see.
Yeah, so lap 14, I believe I'm in ninth now. I think, I don't know.
Oh, 00. I think that's okay. That's the incident he got claimed for it.
They could have both drove away from that too.
Kinda. I wonder if Kendall was kind of running that little cut down on it to the lap before or not.
A little bit.
Yeah. Or he's just fighting the car.
Loose. Not intentionally.
Squirrel.
He definitely got more loose there than he expected. Oh, who's this all the way down here? Oh, that's Jaeger.
So at some point he came back.
Was it not sending him to the back of the line or something?
No, I was surprised.
Keeping him in line.
Yeah. That was fucking weird. I would damn near ask, like, hey, shouldn't it be lap cars took a fucking back? I'd say that shit in Discord right now. Do you think you can win the race right now at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it was like when I got into the top 10, I was like, okay, I have a chance now.
You just need this shit to stay down here around here a little longer. Long enough.
Jude throws a double bomb there.
Yeah.
It was right here. I think the yellow comes out. Oh, right. One of these.
No, next lap or something.
Yeah. One of these, and I'm like, say he's rolling the bottom. He just drove past everybody. They're like, was it good? I'm like, he literally just drove past us. Like, and he's like, should I go down there? I'm like, I don't think our setup will do that.
No, I was like, hey, don't we ain't worrying about him.
We're racing per second.
Yep, it was pretty much. So I remember I was comparing like Hagen's and Alex's 1s and 2s, and then Evan had to take a 9. This was lap what? 20. Lap 20. So I was like 6 laps. Went from 9th to the lead.
Rumsey was making it work. What setup did he end up throwing in?
Same one, I think. He was just a little lost in 3 and 4. I couldn't really get him to run how I wanted. That one was decent, but he should have had more arc. But it seemed like the middle was 1 and 2 was really fast.
I couldn't figure it out.
During the qualifier series here, the middle was actually a pretty good line in the race.
Wait, did Jaeger already fucking wreck Austin? Oh, I guess that was the last yellow. That was the last yellow. Okay.
Oh, do you want to go back and look at it?
Nah, it was whatever. It was kind of like Austin was arcing. Austin was arcing in big
down.
like Jaeger was. Yeah, he was lap down. 2 laps down.
I think Dylan was like straightening the bottom out into the turn, and Austin.
Yeah, it was just like,
and then it was arcing back in, and
it was what Jaeger did in the heat race, but Austin did it. But
Austin just missed a straightaway grip and was like,
he got tight hitting the gas there.
He did 6 different things here. I mean, there's no way you can tell what he's gonna do if you're Jaeger, just because, and Jaeger being a lap down is irrelevant.
I think it's very relevant.
It's not like Jaeger was going in there trying to. He was just doing what he'd done for the last 17 laps.
But,
does World of Outlaws have any like lucky dog type deal in real life?
No.
Yeah, 'cause I don't watch sprint cars any, but I watch the so late models and stuff, and they got a lucky dog deal, so I didn't know.
I think we already watched this restart. There's another one right after this, right? Or no?
Can't go again. And here I was just telling Hagen, I was like, all right, well, his lap times are going to slow down, hoping the top will at least stay the same. But they just both lines just slowed down. Like, Logan was hitting some 3s back there.
3.8, 2.5, on 7, Jesus. 3.4.
Another advantage running the bottom is I can really turn down the fuel load. Because I know I'm
Yeah.
never going to go up to the top. So you're
That's-
talking 3 to 4 gallons less.
That was one thing I always tried to convince these guys that Bergeron would do when he would do his stupid line at the bottom in the sprint cars, was that he literally probably just runs like 12 gallons of fuel, maybe, you know, maybe 11, and just is
Yeah.
like half throttle, but it's
See,
still
I
so much
think-
faster because you're not, you know.
I think 11 would have made it. If I remember what fuel I had left.
I mean, that's, you know, that's 500s right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll run 12 gallons and I'll still fucking be dog shit on the bottom. My problem.
It's a big commitment. I mean, the fact that you know, and Jaeger, if he wasn't a lap down, did that. I mean, that's not an easy choice to make.
Now, having the qualifier experience we had, the bottom was just way faster when the track slicked off. So for us, compared to
it was also a different tire model.
The rest of y'all guys, even though it is a different tire, it's kind of the easier choice. Cause I mean,
and starting in the back.
I mean, we smoked the field at Fairbury and Kokomo on the bottom. Like nobody had a chance. And so going into the Pro Series, it was just kind of an easier choice to say, hey, you know, if the bottom is still somewhat fast, you know, why not set up for it?
My problem is I try to drive it pixel perfect every lap type shit. So I'm always throwing it in there way too deep or trying to, you know, get 99% of the gas if I can.
Dude,
and I'm just never
the way
consistent.
the cars drove on the last tire in the qualifier series, you had to keep it so straight on the bottom. I mean, like a late model, you'd hit the bottom, arc back to the straightaway up top, arc back down.
Oh, Hayden ran a 5.6. He ran a 3.0. It's going back and forth on times.
Yeah. A yellow might have made it interesting. But
I was gonna say, if there was a caution at the end, what do you think would have happened?
It might have changed.
Let's see how you ran this lap. I mean,
the track might have changed under yellow again too.
The straightaways were starting to slick off.
Yeah.
Turns were about to, you know, pretty close. They didn't slow down as much, but straightaways definitely were slowing down.
It's right there. You ran a 5.2, and I mean, it looked like a good lap. Hayden ran a 4.7, pounding it. Kind of missed it there, but he's sure probably just given up at that point.
But for me, I mean, even if I don't win, I still get a, you know, a solid finish, setting up for the bottom.
Logan should have just pointed straight off of here. Why did he try and keep it down? He would have got him. Maybe not. It would have been closer.
Excuse me, we're not dirty racers here at Slick Sim Sport. I don't know about you.
I've seen you do that.
I don't know about you speed labbers.
I've seen you in heat races do that.
Those were heat races. Those were heat races. That's 3 positions gained or lost, okay? Whoever makes you sleep at night.
You know, if the track wasn't reset, you also have to look at, I mean, starting on a slick track by hot fuel load, what is that going to do compared to setting up for the bottom, where you can run even less fuel at that point? And so I think like Thursday, we had that league race last week, and the track didn't get reset, and the bottom was like rough as crap. And yeah, I was still able to run top 3 90% of the race, and you know, ended up finishing 4th at the line at the end. So that kind of solidified my opinion of, hey, you know, even if it's pretty slick, we can still hit the bottom. And
I was wondering that. I wasn't towards the front on Thursday, so I wasn't sure how much you ran of the bottom. Yeah. I was down there stuck on it, trucking water going backwards. We look at the point standings. Alex going 9 over Cam. Blake falls to 3rd, tied with you. So would you both have a first and like a
first and an
8th,
9th or something like that?
Let's compare points right now to our season predictions.
After 2 weeks, chill.
Yeah, just see where it's at. Why not?
I mean, okay, well, I don't know who would really stand out far from anything.
How about the fucking guy in our podcast?
Oh yeah, that's your 10th? Isn't that right where I had you? Or did I not? I think I had you like 14.
I'm talking about Evan, you dingleberry.
Oh! I think I had him 6th.
Oh, really?
I think so,
I
yeah.
I hadn't seen Evan, Majulis, or any of those guys
So
running
I
any
almost
smart car stuff ever. So that's
the qualifier series was the first time that I sat down and tried to build sprint setups, which it kind of helped me out when they added that new tire because they kind of reset everybody. So I was on a same playing field of everybody else in the qualifier series.
True.
And I almost didn't make it in. I only had 3 races counting for me in a
I thought you
6-race
missed
series.
a ton of races.
Missed one. Got junked at Lernerville. Won the next one. Running second at Lame at Weed Sport. Hit the wall and junked it. So basically going into the last 2 races, I had to win to make the have a chance of making the Pro Series, which I ended up winning. Fairbury and Kokomo, which just enough to get me in. So he almost didn't get to have me in the Pro Series.
Yeah, I remember it being.
Won Kokomo if you weren't in it.
True.
Hey, things could have. Dylan might have been able to win it. Who knows?
The way I look at things too is like when I got into you in the heat race, you got net coded, right?
Yeah.
If that didn't happen and you weren't starting in the back, maybe you start with you put in you don't put in the bottom setup because you're like, I'm already starting them in the front. I got something to lose here. You put in the top setup and you don't win,
I think I would have, had my mind basically set from beginning of last week to run the bottom if the track gets reset.
Basically, we won, Evan. We won together.
He let you get the great start. He let you clear him in the way.
We ran that league Saturday, and I set up for the top and did pretty good, and was starting the pole with that deal, and just made a mistake and let Alex by me. And so, I knew I could set up for the top and be pretty decent, run up front, but it was just so hard to pass up top that I don't, factor in the wall and getting into it. The bottom was just an easier choice for me because I already knew nobody else was going to run it. So it was a pretty easy choice for me.
True. I think it'll have some success at Fairbury. It's probably like the next best track for it, but I don't know how much. I think the top is. I think the top's just not wide enough like Kokomo.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it races because in the qualifier series, after practice, the top was gone. Heat race, everything else, if you was going to be fast, it was on the bottom and middle. So how it's going to race now on a new tire, it seems like Kokomo definitely switched to being more top even when it's slick. So I have to say Fairbury's probably going to be the same to where you can start for the bottom and be fast, but the top's probably going to be dominant still.
Well, and now that more people see that, you can run the bottom the way you guys did, that wears it out quicker. Is it going to be worth it?
I think at Fairbury there's even less room to pass. So, if you can set up for the middle, maybe. Because, I know like last year Fairbury was just kind of top dom. It seemed like, it'll be interesting. I was actually kind of looking forward to having Lernerville. Because the one race I did there on this tire, and the bottom was fast.
Yeah.
On a slick track,
tracks we don't get.
Extremely fast. So I was kind of looking forward to having that because I knew I could probably run good in there, and then took that off the schedule and put Fairbury on. But I think Fairbury should race good still though.
What would you say your realistic expectations were just coming into the season? Like you said, you barely made it in, and then you're just like, all right, I'm here for a good time, or you're like, okay, I can finish top 10 in points, if not top 5, and challenge for a couple wins.
I think my goal was to try and, challenge for wins after, picking up 3 wins in the Pro Series, or not Pro Series, but Pro Qualifier. Even, getting a new update on the tire, I still felt like, if we could figure setups out on the new tire that, we could challenge for wins.
Who's the highest? Well, I guess you and Logan are then. Who would be the next highest who make it from the Qual Series? Timothy Smith in 12th. I guess then Lamy, Yeager. So a couple of them are looking for the top 15.
But I mean, I would say definitely top 5 in points was a goal that if I didn't get top 5 in points, I'd probably be a little bit disappointed with how I ran in the qualifier series.
Yeah. Well, I would. Okay. At least for me, I didn't put much in the qualifying series just because I didn't think, it's just not the same competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had to like 6.
I mean, maybe it would have been different if I would have just got drug in every qualifier race. But, we was up front with, some pretty fast guys like, Lamy and, Lamy was really fast in every qualifier race.
You missed the last build that we just had, or do you prefer this one?
I think the last build, as much as people didn't like it, I think it provided better racing than the build before it. Because, I did some races out at Lernerville and Charlotte, and, the middle of the track was fast. You could run it instead of, the top. So, I know the cars didn't drive like they do or close to what they're like in real life, but, apart from racing, the racing was great in my opinion, even on the qualifier build.
You said the first new tire model was better than the old tire model racing wise.
Yeah, I think so. Because I don't think you could run straight middle at Charlotte or Lernerville and be fast.
Not in. There was only certain circumstances, and not in 1 and 2, only 3 and 4.
So to me, being able to do that was, pretty cool. Because I just don't think you would have been able to do that on the old tire and have any speed. Or, even try and run bottom at tracks like Kokomo and Fairbury, or even middle, and be, just as fast as the top. But I think this new tire kind of gets a good balance between that. And obviously the change in the aerodynamics and stuff that they did.
Yeah, I like it. I don't mind where the car is.
But I'm just going everything based off of new rookie experience.
No, I wouldn't say you're off on any of that. My only thing is, the car just pushes so tight when you have it now. So it's kind of like how late models were on their old tire model, where it's they were fun as fuck to drive the baseline setup, but then when you have to set them up with 325 pounds of bite and everything, I think it was just these cars aren't as fun as they can be type shit. And then they had that change where it was better to get the cars looser.
Honestly, I don't know what they're doing with other cars like the UMP and late model. It's they try to fix stuff and it just doesn't fix anything at all. It just makes new broken challenges.
Yeah, I have no hopes in terms of.
To me, the UMP should be a car that should be a ton of fun, and it's just you get in it and you feel like you're driving on ice, and then you look at real life races and these people are digging and slick, toting the left front.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on here? Why can't I do that?
Yeah. I guess I've given up on iRacing to improve its production quality. I That makes
But,
sense.
I mean,
Like,
that is a reason why I came to sprint cars, because there's nothing else going on.
so let's talk about that then. So no late model Pro Series. I wouldn't know exactly why they didn't want to run again, because I was like, despite all the bullshit that had happened during that series,
The race?
there was 8
From
different
the-
wingers. There was like
yeah.
7 or 8 different wingers,
I
and it
mean-
came down to one fucking point in the last championship
From
race.
a
That was
spectator
crazy.
point?
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Exactly.
I mean, from watching like the Coke series and stuff, I mean, it holds nothing on what the late model series was. The last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you watch the Coke series, everybody's single file, sprung out, hardly passing. And then you watch the late model guys, 3, 4 wide, and different winners each week. I mean, so I was kind of surprised they didn't have another one, but, maybe they're working on some stuff and car updates and stuff, and just didn't feel like it was gonna, be any different.
I was gonna say, I brought this old clip up. This was round 8 at Knoxville. You hear, Adam?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is round 8 at Knoxville.
Is this a pro race?
Yeah. There's Tyler and Evan get together. Get some tight. There was Hagen before he disconnected. And then there. Oh,
Yeah,
Alex.
I kept
Alex murders him.
Oh.
I got like short end of the stick about 5 times in one lap.
Yeah.
Go back.
I mean, it was like
Adam didn't remember this at all.
Who's in the middle there? Was that Hayden?
See, I actually get net coded a little bit by the Charm after he hit me the first time. So
Who's
it's
in the middle
like
of the sandwich there?
Morgan.
Devin, yeah.
And then it just
So
it
I
was stuck
can't-
on his door. It just made me go into one that way.
Like I'm out there trying to run a top, and I keep getting net coded and hit like 10 times per lap, and I'm just like, what is going on?
Honestly, probably one of my favorite things on this game was like rolling the late model around the bottom at Knoxville.
I like doing it, yeah.
Um,
If I don't blow through it, but.
I remember at the beginning of this race, I was behind Drew, and Drew was like running kind of straight into slick, and I'm like straddling the tacky so much faster than him, and I knew that something was going to happen because of that, and I was going to get sent to the back. Somebody's going to run into me, and sure enough.
Yeah, just having a
David, you made it sound like I killed him. I didn't even mean.
murder, absolute murder.
Yeah,
Because I thought this was in the middle of it. It sparked the whole debate of the D1RT
But
and I guess VLR. Yeah, VLR.
this
versus-
series could have been great for me because I remember I was leading points going into Fairbury, and then I got
Cole, right?
Kokomo
ass
right on
packed
a
you.
restart, flipped. And then I was just out there trying to make laps, and I got clear hide by the Charm at Fairbury and flipped again. And then after that, I was like, okay, everybody else up in points has had a bad race. I can still, if I go into Knoxville, do good. I mean, it's going to be a tight points battle between me, Dylan, and Hayden. And then, bam, get this killed like 5 times in one lap on the top in Knoxville. I was like fuming at the end of this race.
I was just gonna say 6 months, 12 months, whatever the fuck. This much later, do you still think drivers were out there wrecking each other intentionally from team to team?
I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot of reckless driving that I was just scratching my head like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I think there's plenty of ignorance in the series where people just.
But I mean, all of that just kind of fueled me to go out in the last race and just go for the win. Because at that point, I had nothing to lose then. So I just go for the win. I don't even care about the points battle going on. I'm just gonna go out there and win.
Yeah,
But I feel like I should have had a couple wins before that in this series, and just a bunch of stuff happened. Never could get one until the final race.
I was trying to tell Hagen after he didn't make the show Evolution, and I was just like, well, fuck it. It's a good thing it happened week 1.
Yeah,
now
I mean,
you
it was
could say you have no pressure the whole season now. It's not week 5 now, where you wasted all
just
this
go
time
out
and
there
energy.
and try to win.
I was like, yeah, go out there and win. And we tried, and then we got blown around on the bottom by Evan. So, but it was I'm not gonna say lucky at all, because obviously everything went into it, but it was such a not gonna.
I mean, I kind of had in my head if they was going to reset the track at the bottom was just going to be really good.
Yeah.
Because I figured when that league race ran Thursday night, the track did get reset and the bottom was still, pretty decent.
Top 5.
Up there running top 5, and I was like, well, if the track gets reset and everybody's running the top, I mean, it's going to be that much faster. And, sure enough, I didn't think it was going to be that much faster to come from, like, not making a show to winning the feature. But
in like 10 laps, too. It was like the furthest, like, I remember we looked into all these deep stats of Pro Series results and shit. And, like, the furthest anyone, which I think was Alex, started back and won was like 11th, which was like, I was like, well, that's kind of surprising because, like, generally it's easier to make your way through a field in a sprint car than you can in a late model, just because, like, you can pull off different moves and stuff and multiple cars, and they're not so big and bulky. And it was just, it was so crazy seeing everything come together and just fucking dominate like that. Like, I would have been fucking, like, I get why Dylan stayed out there and he just wanted to fucking, lay your nuts on every other guy out there because you're just that much faster on the bottom.
Like, yeah, he was so mad because he knew that he could have, had a good run in his first Pro Series or possibly even won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was crazy. It was a fun week.
If the queen had balls, she'd be the king.
But now we gotta go to Bristol, so that's gonna suck.
Expectations for Bristol?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say whoever qualifies first is gonna win the race. Better be trimmed out. We better be trimmed out.
Not a single lap.
I mean, tomorrow night we're definitely be able to see other tracks on a slick off.
Is Apex running tomorrow night?
I'd say so.
On Thanksgiving?
I think it is Thanksgiving. Damn. Am I in the league? I can check the league right now. I can see. Honestly, sweet. No, I don't gotta run Bristol or Apex, and then it'll be wherever the week after is. Eldora, Grove.
Yeah, I think Eldora is next, and then Williams Grove.
Yep. Eldora, Grove, Knoxville. All right,
so we only got like 2, I guess you'd say, short tracks on the schedule, unless you want to count Weed Sport as one, which I guess you can.
Yeah, I guess it's just not a bull ring, so it seems weird. It's not like the rest of them, but all right, awesome win. Really cool to see. Love first time winners in this series. Makes everything better. Crazy dominating fashion. I'm probably never gonna see that again. Thanks for coming on. You got anything else to say, Adam?
No, I mean, it was definitely a great race and, perfect track to be able to do something like that. And, all the circumstances that, let the track play out the way it did in the race just kind of all fell in the way it needed to for me to be able to do that.
You had the Mercedes strategist in Formula One on your team, and it worked out.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask. Usually, what is you've had karting experience, right?
Yeah, I've been racing those since I was 4. So is that all
you've really raced? Got to race?
Yep. So I'm looking at like, let's see, that's like 17 years of, racing.
Holy. What did you learn from that transferred over to iRacing?
Now, sim racing experience goes way back to like Gran Turismo 1.
Would you play any R Factor or DTR2?
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't get a computer until 2018.
I feel that.
Mid 2018.
Was iRacing the reason you got one?
Yep. I actually got a laptop for school, and that's what I raced on in the 2019 Pro Series with a laptop.
Holy
Nice. That was my old R Factor days. Were all on a 17-inch laptop screen.
And then most of 2020 Pro Series, also laptop. Final race, I got an actual desktop and VR.
You went to VR just last week?
Yep, last week in the Pro Series.
You just picked it up?
Got a desktop and VR. Let's see. I'm trying to think about last week of the 2019 Pro Series.
VR is where it's at.
So the whole 2020 Pro Series, that was on a VR.
Okay, it was back when you had the green, white, and orange car, right? Or something like that?
No, white and red and gold.
Oh, it was the same paint. Oh, yeah, okay, now I remember that car. I'm thinking the car before that one. I think you're like in the Spring Fling.
Oh, that was like way...
2019 Spring Fling or some shit.
Yeah.
That's the first place because I was trying to think. I was like, that's the first place I think I remember
2019
your
Spring
race.
Fling was my first big league money race.
Yeah. Yeah. Might have been around then.
I was thrown out to the wolves, starting like third.
I don't know. All right, well, cool. Any sponsors or shout outs or plugs you want to give to the people?
I mean, just gotta give a shout out to everybody that's helped make it into the Pro Series with me, Blake, and Dylan. It's just us three, and so obviously gotta thank them and everybody that's helped us at BLR and CFM Esports.
Alright, sweet. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, Bristol. Who the fuck knows? Peace the fuck out.